Around 6 years ago, E Flite released a radio-controlled model of a Mark 14 Spitfire. It became one of their best-loved warbirds. Sadly, the model came to the end of its production run a couple of years ago and is no longer available. However, used examples do come up for sale from time to time. Knowing that this model had been based on an actual aircraft that flew not far from me during the Second World War, I decided to try and find one. Eventually my search was rewarded, and I found this example on a well-known internet auction site. The model was in good condition, however I wanted to make some improvements to make it look more scale, and along the way I also made some minor detail changes to more accurately represent the full-size plane. The first change that I made was to weather the entire aircraft using a Revell weathering set. These are really easy to use and can give some good results for the fraction of the cost of a decent airbrush. Adding some more decals from another similar scaled Spitfire enhanced this look even further. I also removed the canopy and repainted the pilot, and then added a headrest, dashboard complete with gun sight, and a rear view mirror. Using reference photographs of another Spitfire from the same squadron, I flipped the cannons to the outer bays and modified both of the inner bay housings with a fake 50 caliber gun barrel made from a biro tube to represent the E-type wing of the later Mark 14s. And the model was finished. All that was left to do then was to fly the model, and what better location than the airfield that the original actually flew from in 1944, RAF Lympne. Opened in 1916, RAF Lympne had a long and varied history both in wartime, during which it served as an operational airfield, and peacetime as a hub for commercial and general aviation, until it was finally closed in 1984. Today almost all of the original buildings associated with the airfield no longer exist. However, some of the original buildings constructed on a different part of the airfield have survived, including these accommodation blocks, with several still standing. Although as the years have passed, the elements have clearly taken their toll. Exploring this site gave a real feeling of loss and abandonment, but as low afternoon sunshine poured in through the rusted windows, I also felt a sense of hope that the place wouldn't be forgotten. Continuing to explore further, we discovered that apart from the accommodation blocks, there are so nice examples of air raid shelters, and even a picket Hamilton fort. Whilst 500 metres to the north, a long abandoned battle headquarters sits patiently in the middle of a barley field, as if no one told it the war had ended. Today the location of the original airstrip still exists, but now all that remains is a large open space with trees marking the line of the runway, and it's here that we're going to fly our model of RB169 to try and recreate a typical wartime flight over the airfield.
coast, crossing over towards Normandy, with a wing of Spitfires on its way to take over the patrol and the protection of the Allied armies on the beaches and in there. A very